Want to know how to register to vote in Florida? Here's how. You can register to vote if you are a citizen and permanent resident of Florida, at least 18 years of age, you can pre-register at 16, and in possession of your civil rights. You can register at the office of the Supervisor of Elections in your county, or you can register online. You'll need to have a copy of one of the following identification items that includes your name and a photograph: a U.S. passport, military ID, debit or credit card, student ID, public assistance ID, neighborhood association ID, or retirement center ID. Or you may provide a copy of one of the following documents that contains your name and current residence address: utility bill, bank statement, government check, other government document, or paycheck. You're exempt if you're 65 or older, if you have a temporary or permanent physical disability, if you're a member of the active uniformed service or merchant marine who, by reason of such active duty, are absent from the county, if you are a spouse or dependent of an active uniformed service member or merchant marine who, by reason of the active duty service of the member, is absent from the county, or if you're currently residing outside the U.S. but are still eligible to vote in Florida. Please note that all voters are required to provide an ID containing a photo and signature at the time of voting at the polling place. Without proper identification, a voter can only vote a provisional ballot. But do not send original identification documents to the Supervisor of Elections. The online voter registration form can be used for new registrations as well as registration changes. If you are a first-time voter in the state of Florida applying by mail to register to vote, please read the information thoroughly. When you complete the online application process, you'll need to print, sign, and deliver that application to the Supervisor of Elections office. One of the requirements is that the application must include the original signature of the applicant. For that reason, new applications received by fax or email are not valid and cannot be accepted. If you plan to deliver the application by mail, and you are a first-time voter in the state of Florida, please read the message on the screen very carefully before pressing the Continue button at the bottom of the page. To be sure that you won't have problems when you go to vote, you should provide a copy of the required identification at the time you register or mail in your voter registration application. There are 3 steps required to complete the Florida voter registration application form. To conform to Florida election statutes, all 3 steps must be completed for your registration information to be processed and updated into the Florida voter registration system. Before you can download the actual registration form, you'll need to provide some basic information such as your date of birth and citizenship status. Then you can press the button to review. Make sure you complete all the required items. If you don't, they'll be pointed out to you. You'll also need the Adobe Acrobat Reader, which is free online at adobe.com/reader. And here's what the form looks like. It contains some basic information at the top, followed by the actual form you'll need to fill out. When you finish, you'll find a list of the addresses of your local Supervisor of Elections office. Remember, do not send original identification documents to the Supervisor of Elections. If you'd like more information, you can contact your local Supervisor of Elections or visit floridavoters.org, thefloridavoter.org, bereadytovote.org, or registertovote.org/state-info/florida.html. And that's all there is to it. Oh, and don't forget to vote!